when I saw what happened in Butler, Pennsylvania, I knew for a fact not only was CIA not culpable for that, but it was very likely that the threat itself wasn't even identified by CIA because it was an American citizen who was not showing any kind of ties to a foreign intelligence organization.
What about the FBI?
FBI doesn't FBI is responsible for keeping people safe inside the United States and enforcing law inside the United States. But when it comes to close personal protection for a high-ranking or high-profile politician like that, that's Secret Service's bailiwick. So FBI would have been in coordination with anything Secret Service was doing. But at the end of the day, just like we're seeing play out in the headlines, Secret Service really does carry the culpability for the event.
Okay, I'll ask it a third way and then we'll move on. Do you believe that this kid acted alone, or do you believe Secret Service, FBI, intelligence agency, some other entity tried to take out the former president, or this was just a breakdown in the Secret Service and local security there and won't happen again?
So in the world of intelligence, we look at everything through a lens of probabilities. Probabilities rather than certainties, right? I would say that it is highly not probable. So it is very low likelihood that organizationally, any federal organization worked in a conspiratorial way to assassinate the president. That does not mean that there may not have been an individual inside one of those organizations who was speaking outside of school or taking some action on their own and abusing the rights and privilege of their office. That may still come out. And frankly speaking, Ed, if that is what happened, that's going to be one of those closely guarded secrets that the American public never gets to know about. But when it comes to the idea that some 20-year-old kid in glasses, no less, was able to climb up on a roof during a rally and get 8 shots off at the president, again, looking through a lens of probability, it's very low likelihood that he really could pull that off by himself if the machine was working the way it was supposed to work.
Gotcha.
So it's difficult to determine one way.
No, but I like the way that you phrase it probability-wise, because I asked this as a complete layman and just, you know, my logic test tells me, you know, why didn't they get the asset at least off the stage once they knew, you know, things like that? Why was he not taken off the stage? And by the way, I'm not that political of a person. It's just, it fascinates me. Correct me if I'm wrong. By the way, we're almost moving off CIA to tactics in a minute, guys, but I want to ask a couple of these things. I think a lot of you are interested, even if you're a casual political observer. Am I wrong that President Trump sort of privatized intelligence when he was the president? Meaning he was the first president to go, I don't trust the CIA and the information they're giving us anymore. So I'll call it privatize. I don't know if that's the right term or not. But basically, I'm going to get my intelligence through contract work, not through you guys. Now, I've been told this multiple times. That's extreme to me. And am I wrong about that when I say it?
No, you're actually exactly right about that. Donald Trump was the first one to really turn on the spigot for privatized intelligence. Now, post 9/11, there was the beginnings of private intelligence, because the 9/11 commission that the Congress put in motion essentially forced the United States federal government to hire at such a fast rate that they couldn't actually vet and recruit people themselves. So they had to turn to your Booz Allen Hamiltons and your CACIs and your Raytheons of the world to very quickly hire personnel who would work on contract. So we developed what was called a contract or contractor cadre. But those contractors essentially were still people who worked for Raytheon. They just worked inside of the building under a CIA boss.
Got you.
What Donald Trump did is he said, I don't trust anybody at CIA, because CIA is constantly digging into the Russia scandal. They won't let this go, right? They're supposed to serve me. And it's true. CIA serves at the behest of the president. They serve the executive branch. So when Donald Trump decided to stop trusting in CIA, he actually started paying completely private outfits to collect foreign intelligence, collect drug intelligence, collect military intelligence, execute military operations, execute covert action, execute covert influence. Like, it was a massive upscale in using private sources that, again, during the Biden administration was curbed and pulled back down.